Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel and today's daily, which is June 23rd, 2025. And we got tents and trees today. So let's jump in, get our free coins, and see what is going on with this thing. Let's go into here. Of course, I forgot to do all this stuff, so give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I was just taking a look at the today's ones. They're all pretty much the exact same sizes. So I don't think that's all that exciting. So I'm going to jump into some of these other ones and let's see which ones we want to do. 8 by 8, 15 by 15s are okay. We got two 17 by 17s, 9 by 9 and a 10 by 10 on some of these harder ones. I think we might do, let's just do both of these guys. We'll do a 9 by 9, 10 by 10, then we'll do the 12 by 12 and 15 by 15. Then maybe we'll jump into one of these no mowing versions. So let's do that. So let's jump into this guy first. So a 9 by 9, this is the harder one with the reduced number of clues. Alrighty, so let's get cracking on this thing and see if we can figure out you can't be in because you're a corner. Any other things like you that we can get into, or do we have to start looking? Yeah, let's look at the two here. These can't be in because they would destroy both of these options, and we only have one left over. That 2 doesn't have the same problem. This 2 doesn't have the same problem. There's going to be something in here that's going to be very obvious. First, let's get rid of all the things that don't count and see if we can figure out which one is which. Well, right off the bat, there's nothing sticking out at me. It's probably going to be something. Yeah, like this one here can't ever be in because it would be both of these would have to be part of that. So this out, which forces this in. Now that's going to set off a little bit of a chain reaction. Good. So that was you, so you are in, you're all out. Now you guys are done for. Pushes you in, you, and you. There we go. We just had to find that one little nugget of info to get ourselves going. You're a corner. What about any of these other guys? You have to be there, which finishes you and puts you up here, and you here, and then you and you. There we go. Nice and easy once you find that one spot. Let's jump into the next one. These shouldn't be too they're not too large, these two packs that we have here, so we shouldn't have too much trouble. Of course, you never quite know. Let's see if we can find something now. Yep, these 4s are going to be helpful. That's in, this is in, and all of these are in. Now we can start removing all of these other options. Now we know these 2 are done, so that's out and you are in. These 2 are done, so you're out and you're in. You could have also looked here and said there has to be 4 of them, and they probably would have turned out that same way, but, you know, same thing, just different way of getting about it. So let's see what else we've got. This 3 clue means this is in, and one of these 2 is in, so that can't be. This 3 clue now, this one can't be in because it would take out both of these. Therefore, this is in and this is in. Good. Now, this 1 clue has to be that one. And this has to go here. Now, what else do we have? This 2 clue, that can't be in. This 2 clue, this one has to be. Therefore, this one has to be. And this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. That'll finalize these 2 and we get these 2 done. Perfect. And we can move on to the next pack because that one is now done. So we're going to do these 2 of them. So let's just jump to the next one. 12 by 12. These are a little bit larger than the ones we just did. So hopefully we get a little bit more doing with them. We do have a 5 down here, which is probably going to be very helpful. Let's start looking at that one right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these 2 have to be out. Continue our work on these guys as we go through it. That seems to be all that's there, so maybe we got something going up and down or cutting across with some of these other ones that we can get to once we get rid of all these other givens that we know are not in. I think that's all of them. Looks like. Let's see, any of these guys, 1, 2, yeah, these 2 can't be in because they would remove both of these options. We'd have too few. Now this 3, we know this has to be in, this has to be in. One of these 2 is going to have to be in, but we don't know which one of them just yet. Now this 3 has been set, so we can do all of that and finalize this guy. Now, we can't quite say... Oh yeah, we can, because this guy has to be here, so this one has to be here, so you are out. And then these two have to be this way, so you have to be here to get that guy, and then you have to go there. Now this 3, these two can't be in. This 3, this one is, and these two are. It's the only thing left over, so we have to put them in. Now these two have to. That's going to finalize this, and the 1 is currently now done. This one here has to be in. It's all that's left. So do you, and you, and you, and you, and you, you. 5 says this is the last one. We didn't need that clue necessarily to tell us that, but there it is. This one has to be in, so you have to be in. This 2 is done. This one is, this one is. You, and you, and you. That'll get... Wait, what did I do? Hold on. We are... Yeah, this one has to be in. This one has to be in. That forces this to be in. But this guy has nothing left. This guy must have been it. No. Okay, we've screwed up somewhere. Let's go back. Must have misclicked something. It happens. Let's see where I made my mistake. We should probably go back to... Well, this is a smallish one, so let's go back to the beginning of where we've eliminated some things to make sure... Okay, now let's start thinking. Let's put all of them back in that can be, because sometimes I might have misclicked this one spot here, and that might have set off a chain reaction of things that wouldn't work. So let's make sure every possible option is now set here, and then we can go back and go redo our logic and try not to screw up this time. It looks like everyone is in, so let's start thinking. 1, 2. Okay, these 2 were out because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can't move 2 of them. So that was not a problem. Now, I thought we had something up here. We did. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 can't be in. This one has to be in. This one has to be in. And one of these 2 is. These 3 have to be in. I have a feeling it was just like one little misclick right at the end of the thing. And I'm going back doing all this stuff, and I don't necessarily have to, but rather just start fresh and relook at it again, because I find if you go back in and just try to pick them out, you can sometimes just get caught in a never-ending story of not getting anything done. That one is out. Okay, now let's go back and think a little bit more. Those 3s are both done. This guy here, we said these 2 can't be out because they would remove both of these. Now this 3 is done. It's also possible when I tried to double click on something, it didn't happen. So a tent wasn't put out there when it should have been. Let's kind of mix up the direction we go in, because I know we've got another way we can go here. And this is where we had our problem, so it's best to look from it this perspective. Okay. Now we know one of these 2 has to be in, and we already have one up here, so this can't be. That's then going to finish these. That will put this guy in. And you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so this one and this one have to be in, and you are done. That is that. That is that. So those are done. This one here is still correct. You are there. You are there and there. You have to be there, there, and there. And I've just lost my mind. I didn't even see these up here. You're done. I thought I screwed up again. I was like, oh crap, no. You have to be you, have to be you. You are you, and you are you, and you. There we go. That's what we needed to see. Sometimes you make a little mistake and it propagates throughout the entire thing, and then you got to deal with it. It happens. So let's go through this guy. Probably want to look at this 6 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so anything that's hitting multiples has to go away. Plus anything that's just a given, we can get rid of, and see how that then affects what's left over. All of these can go away. Might as well get through this one and just click on these, because it looks like I need to kind of set myself here. So let's just do that real quick. Okay, these, bunch of those. Okay, so we know this is in, this is in, this is in. We know this is in. These can't be, so this is. That's then out. Now this 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one is out. What else do we have here to work with? We have 5 possible options, so anything that takes out 2 from the 4 is a no-go. So you and you have to be out. This 2 isn't quite as helpful. We know it's one of these two, but there's nothing hitting there that necessarily tells us what is what. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now this guy is a little bit more reduced, so that guy can't be in. And then anything that takes out 2 can't be in, so those are done for. This one also can't be done because it would take out both of these. And well, no, I was going to say something that doesn't quite true. So it was going to cause 1 tent to work for 2 trees, but that's not necessarily the case. So again, 1, 2, 3. If we took out both of these, we'd only have 1 left over. So no. Good, good, good. Okay, next on the board. This is still a 7 spot, so we're fine there. This 2 has been reduced because of that 5 work that we just did, so that can be put in, and that's now going to set some things off. Hopefully quite a few things, and it looks like it will. Let's go and be a little careful in what we're doing. And this one, I believe, had to be in, right? Doop, boop, 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 boop. Yep. Good. Now, there is something down here. Yep. These are out. So this is in and this is in. That 2 is done. We're good there. Now this grouping can be taken care of. Good. Is this 5 good to go? We can do that one at least. Now, we don't know which one of these 2 is in. We do know this one isn't because it would take out both of those options. This 3 also, we can't take out both of these, so that's out. Okay, what other do we have? This 2 is just sitting here looking at us, so we can use it and get another big old chain reaction. That 3 is done, we know that now. The 5, we still have that. 3 there, the 4 here is to a point where we can finish it. So that's that, that's that. So you have to be in, you have to be in, you have to be in, and you have to be in. And then you do, and you're out and in. And then this one's finally in. Now this guy's was out at all times. So where is the last remaining bit? You have to be in. Again, we don't necessarily know which one of these 2 is in. So how do we reconcile that? We don't have anything that's just a given here. Getting the strange feeling that I screwed up something else, but let's see if we can figure this out somehow. There's nothing touching any of these, right? Sometimes that'll happen where I just won't see a tent touching one of these spaces. It isn't, so what the heck have I done? Going back just to make sure there's no errors in some of these other things I've done. Doesn't look like there is. Well, that's weird. I don't see what the obvious point is here. All the clues have been used, except for this guy, but we can't rule out either one of those just yet. This has the hallmarks of a misclick somewhere. Let's just make sure all of these guys are in some way working. If there's any there, yep, here I made a misclick again. Aren't I having a good day? Jeez, Lou. That tent right there didn't have anything for it. So now we got to go back again. When it rains, it pours, right? I was trying to be very careful, and apparently I wasn't careful enough. Because now we've got to go back and look at all this yet again. Okay, let's make sure we've got everything again situated. None of these have to be in because those are the zeros. This guy could have always been in. That was probably a misclick right there. Again, way back at the beginning almost. So now let's go back through it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, that is out. Well, maybe that one was out because of that concession. Same with these two here. And this guy here. Okay. Again, I just want to make sure we're not going to set ourselves up to make the same mistake because we're... Let's do this real quick, just to ease any fears. Now, everything does appear to be set where every possible option is left open. And of course, these guys are 0, so they can't have any extra options. Okay, that does look like it's the case. Then we can pull all of these out because they will be out. This guy here has to be in. You have to be in. You have to be in. That and that have to go. Good. Let's go back up to these guys up here. Because again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that and that have to be out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these two can't be taken out. Maybe I'd made a mistake on this guy because I thought we had said something here couldn't go, but that can't be in. This can't be in. No, that one can't be because this one would take out these two options. So it would leave 1, 2, 3, 4. So you are out. Okay, that was a fine deduction there. The 2 is now in because of that. That's exactly what we did previously. Then you are, and you are. Okay. This one is out. That's a given. I think this one's out as well, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. This 4 is done. Let's make sure we've clicked everything. You go to you, you go to you. So you have to be in, you have to be in, you have to be in, and you have to be in to finalize all of these, and you have to be. Now, I'm wondering, I thought I had this thing figured out up here immediately on the 6, so maybe that was the problem up there somewhere. But anyway, let's get back in. Okay, so here now we have you have to be in there, so you have to be there, which then forces these two. Now this 1 was done, so all of those are out, so you are in. We go back to this guy having to be in. You have to be in, you do as well. Now you have to be here, 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 and here. This 2 is done, so get rid of it. The 5 has to go here. This one was never in, I didn't see that one earlier, and I didn't see it again, but we're back to the point now where we have these 2 left over, so hopefully something else that we've done will allow us to get to that point. This one here is just left alone, so these have to be in, and so do you, and you, and you. Now let's follow this guy up like we did last time. You're here, you're here, you're here, you're here. You have to be here and here. The 5 is done. This 3 has to go here, so the 6 is done. One of these 2 has to be in for the 3, so that one's out. This 2 has only this spot left over. This one is left over, and this one is left over. Yeah, this is working now. So this one is here. Now we know what they do. So we must have misclicked somewhere yet again. So with that said, let me see, the time is kind of where I want to stick to, but yeah, I think I'm going to stick to that because I had to go back and redo a couple of these things, so it took a little longer. Maybe what I will do is, just for poops and giggles, let's do these little ones real quick. And that would be pretty quick, and then we can sign off on that one. Normally, like I said, I don't tend to do these just because I don't think they're as interesting. Not that they're boring, they're just very simple to do. And that's why they're the dailies, because they're just supposed to be something you can jump on real quick and do. But since I just want to have a couple more minutes worth of content for this video, we're going to go through them. That one puts those out. I think I said that's that, that's that, that's that, and that's to this one, and this one have to be in. Good. All of these can be pulled out. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Good. And keeping on. These are all done for. This one has to be in for the 2. One of these 2 is in, but this one has to be the 1, so you're in. This corner says you are out. Actually, these ones up here are all good to go. So you have to be in. And then 3 says these all have to be in. This just has to be there and there. The ones are done. So these 2 go in and this one goes in. Cool. And we will continue on with our work here. So 1, 2, 3. This is a single. These 2 have to be in because of this 3. This one has to be in. This corner says you're out, and the 1 again says you're out. This one's in. You are in. You are in, and you are. Good, good. Couple more, and we should be good to go then. These are all done for. And let's now jump in. These 2 have to be out because of that guy. Can't remove 2 from any of these, so those are out. And this 1 has to now go in, which finishes our 3. And then another 1 that's out. This guy here has to be in, so you 2 have to be in. You are now, and you are. And you, and you. One more. Cool. Get all of you out. I like when those zeros are up there. Just very quick and easy to get rid of all the non-contenders, if you will. So, let's see. You and you have to be out because of the 2. You have to be out because of that 2. And one of these is in, but only one, so this has to be in. We know one of those has to be in. We know one of these has to be in. One of these will have to be in. This one has to be in. Only one of these can be. Oh, there's 2 here. Says these are, which pushes this out and this one in. That gets rid of you, puts you in there. And we have to put these 2 and you. Good. There we go. So, we got through them all. A little rocky today, but hey, we did it. That's what matters anyway. You know, it's not about necessarily being the most efficient, but we got through them. You know, we did both of the hard with less clues. We made a mistake on 2 of the 4 that we did. I had to go back and redo them, and then we took care of all of those, the smaller ones today. So hope y'all enjoy that one for June 23rd, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.